Hi, I'm Ed6767. I developed one of the most popular user scripts on the English Wikipedia called Redwarn, and today I am going to go over how to develop user scripts even more like a pro. So in my last video I covered how you do it with Node.js and a web server. However, often constantly having to refresh a page is tedious, so I've come up with a new tool called EasyWikiDev, and it's aimed to improve your development experience by reloading the page every time you make a change and always giving you the latest version of your script. So let's go over what you need first. Make sure you have script installer enabled. So to do that, go into your preferences, gadgets, and then you have to scroll down just a little bit until you see the script installer. You can find it in here. There you go. So under advanced, in your gadgets pane in preferences, you should click this box here. So install scripts without having to manually edit JavaScript files. That's the box you want to check, and that's the one that I've done. And you click save. Okay, now that's done. If you haven't already, install Visual Studio Code. So download that, and then you need to download and install Node.js. Install the current version rather than the LTS version. It's just a lot more reliable for the latest features. Okay, now those are sorted out. Once everything is installed, you need to go to the link in the description to open up this GitHub page under the Wikimedia Gadgets repository. And we need to open up Visual Studio Code. Okay. Now this is open. Let me close out the project I had before so I can show you a new one. Okay. So when you first open Visual Studio Code, you'll be brought to this page. Now what you need to do is click Clone Git Repository, and let's go back to Google Chrome here, and copy this GitHub link, move back, and paste it in our Visual Studio Code window. Now we need to create a new folder for our user script, so I'm going to call it my epic user script. I'm going to click create, select repository location. Then when it says, would you like to open the cloned repository? Click open. And then click yes, I trust the authors. Now we need to switch back to Wikipedia, so I'm going to go back into Chrome. And then on the link on the GitHub, click this here link. And then you should see install if you've enabled the gadget correctly. Click the install link, click OK. And now you should see in the top bar here, next to where it says preferences, you have this link that says develop. Now, let me go into my sandbox and move back to Visual Studio Code. So we have this structure here. All these other files you don't need to be interested in. The one you're interested in is script.js, because this is the one that has your user script content and code that will run on Wikipedia. And this is where you want to develop from. So here we go. We have a how-to, but we're not interested in any of this. This is just a placeholder. If we click the fourth icon down, so run and debug, click that, and then click this play button to the left of start server. And you should see an output that looks like this. If you don't, make sure that you've installed Node.js correctly. So if you have any issues, the main thing you might want to fix is your Node.js install. You can usually just type the error message you get into Google. But given everything's installed correctly, that's all you need to do is just click play and start server. Should you want to stop the server, you can click this button up here. But now, if you move back to Wikipedia, click develop, there you go, and our script has run. Okay, so what happens when you change your script? So I'm going to blank all this out and replace it with an alert box that will say hello world. There we go. Now when we move back, the page automatically reloads and we get hello world. So I want to change hello world to something else. You can say hello world, and then let's add a new alert box after that that says goodbye world, because it's finished. And when we move back, we have hello world and goodbye world. So that is what this tool does, and it is very useful in terms of you always get the latest change that you're making. You don't have to publish your edits to the public for everybody to see them, and you don't have to worry about refreshing manually, as everything is done for you after you make a change. So I hope this tool helps, and I hope this short informational screencast has helped you get started with it.